So how do you create a brand that truly represents who you are and the products you sell, as well as building a business that you can scale online? That is what this podcast will help you do. My name is Henry Kaminsky Jr., and welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast.
Let me just make this statement loud and clear. Jersey's here, Jersey's here.
All right. Today's topic of conversation is going to be how to get your team to deliver work on time during this COVID-19 crisis. I might have mentioned this in the past, but I belong to a couple of peer groups that have been really fantastic to help me further my entrepreneurial journey and not feel like I'm so alone. Because that's one thing about entrepreneurship. It's you feel like there's nobody that you can kind of reach out to. You're like the single captain on the ship trying to, navigate a storm. And community is a great place, especially great peer groups are a great place to bounce ideas off of or feel, like you're not alone. And so I have a few of them that I belong to that are just awesome. So last night I was on a peer group meeting and there was about 25 of us, and we were just talking about the current situation, the advantages, the opportunities that are available to us now, and some of the not so good things that are going to happen. A lot of people are going to lose their business. A lot of people are going to lose their job if it hasn't happened already. And it's a serious thing, and it's sad. It's sad, but I'm hopeful that people will reinvent themselves and people will come back from this stronger than ever. So while on this group call yesterday, this woman asked a really great question. She says, I have a small team that I work with, and obviously we're all working remotely, and I'm having a hard time getting this one team member to deliver projects on time. And they keep saying to me, I have my son, I have my kids home now, and there's a lot of distractions. I'll try to get it done tomorrow. And she's being as calm and patient as she can, but she really doesn't know how to navigate the situation because she really doesn't want to tarnish the relationship or hurt the person's feelings in any way. I thought about this and I was like, wow, I've had a remote team now for 5-6 years. And we had some issues in the past with team members not coming through. So I thought immediately, how can I help this woman with some of my past experiences? So one of the things that I mentioned to her was this. You could tell that she was getting frustrated. You could tell that she didn't want to make things worse for that team member. You know what I mean? So she was stuck. And so what I first thought was, I said, let me ask you a couple questions. When you first onboard a team member, right, do you ask questions about their values as a person, as a professional? And do those values align with the values that you have inside of your business and inside of your life personally? If those values don't line up, I would highly recommend that you do not hire that team member because it's just going to be friction and it's going to be an uphill battle from there. I always tell my clients and I always tell people that are building out their teams that you want to hire people based on their set of values, how they see the world. And if they see it aligned with how you see it, things are going to go really smoothly. The other thing that I asked her was, is she clear with her expectations when she assigns that particular project to a team member? So we have a process inside of Unique Designs that we do. So when we assign a project, we have to administer a due date. And we have a protocol on what needs to get done. And if they cannot complete that project on that desired date, they need to reach out to either me or my project manager as soon as possible so that we can reassign that project to somebody who can get it done at that due date, right? So being very, very clear on those expectations is very, very important. The other thing that I mentioned to this woman was this. Well, I asked her this question. Do you explain to the team member how not getting this job done on time affects client relationship, affects our bottom line as a business, affects our reputation? Do you clearly communicate that with the team member? Because if the team member doesn't know why it's so important to get jobs done on time, because they're probably not thinking like that, right? They're not the entrepreneur. You are. You're the business owner. They're the person hired to do the task. So they may not be thinking like that, and you can't assume that they are. That's some of the things that I explain to past team members, where when we don't get this job done on time, that's like a little demerit that goes on our report card. And the more demerits you have on your report card, the crappier the grade. Here's the point. If they want to continue getting work from me and still become part of my team, then they have to deliver, right? Because that weakest link is going to bring down everybody else. So I try not to say this in a way that's threatening, but I say it in a very calm way. Like we typically have a 3 strikes you're out process here. If you're late 3 times, we have to reconsider keeping you on board, and we have to consider giving the work that is assigned to you to someone else that can get the job done, because our reputation's on the line here. So we give them a 3 strikes policy, but I'm very clear with my expectation, and I'm very, very clear on the importance and why it's so important to get jobs done on time. When you communicate that way to your team members, they're going to get an understanding of why this is so important. And when you deliver that, then it's on them, right? They know there's no secrets. There's nothing hiding behind why you think it's so important to get this job done. So those were some of the things that I was asking the woman yesterday when we were on this call, because she was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. She was like, I could see where I'm deficient in things and why I'm getting the results that I'm getting. And I'm like, it's just a matter of defining the expectations, being clear on the protocol, and explaining to them why this is so important to you. Next time you go to onboard a new team member, it's the first question. Ask some value-based questions. How important is it for you to get jobs done on time? And just let that potential team member speak, right? And just take notes of their response. You're going to know whether or not that person's going to be a good fit for your team. I hope you got some value out of this, guys, because this is a new normal for some people. Some people are not used to working from home. The distractions are coming in left and right. There's no real clarity and focus. They don't feel like they're getting anything done. And that's a struggle. Just some tips when it comes to working with a team remotely and communicating with them efficiently so that they can get work done on time for you, so that you have a happy client, you have a great reputation, and that work gets done when it needs to get done. Real quick, guys, if you haven't downloaded my brand strategy guide yet, there is going to be a link in the show notes to go grab that guide right now, especially if you want to grow and start to scale your business online. I'm giving you a step-by-step playbook here. All right. So make sure you grab that. And if you haven't checked out those case studies yet, I'm going to send I'm also going to have a link in the show notes, for you to check out those case studies, because we will demonstrate in that little video series how we have helped our clients scale their businesses online. And I see this big wave coming in now. There's a lot of focus on going digital and really bringing things online. So be happy to help you with that stuff. So have an amazing day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you on the next episode real soon. Take care.
Hey everyone, this is Henry Kaminsky Jr. again. And really quick, I want to invite you to a one-on-one consult with me right now if you're looking for the clarity and focus you need to build your brand. Over the past 13 years, I've served hundreds of entrepreneurs that have great products but struggled tremendously with articulating its value to their ideal customers. You didn't get into business to just change a few lives, did you? Your ideal clients need you. And when your brand has precision-crafted messaging coupled with beautifully thoughtful design that sounds, looks, and feels like you, they'll know you're the perfect match for them. If this is something you're struggling with, what I want you to do right now is pause this audio and go visit www.uniquedesigns with a Z at the end, not an S, .net, and book your one-on-one consult call with me. Remember, the quality of your brand will determine the quality of your clients, and the quality of your clients will determine the quality of your life.